Hello, blessed people. Very quick one. Today, I want to speak on poverty. Yes, poverty, lack. When we say poverty, you're talking about lack. Now, how do you see poverty? Me, I'm seeing it as an ideology driven by a specific idea and habits that can take people towards lack. When you lack of certain things, that is poverty. You don't have the ability, your need is not met, you can't meet your need, your want, it is poverty. Now let's look at the 7 key notes of poverty. What could take people to, what make people to be poor? These are, if you put these things in place, it will definitely put people to make people to be poor. Number one, getting married even when you don't have job and business. How does it work? You don't have any job, you're not doing any job, you don't have business, no business idea, you want to go into marriage, you're getting married. That is the genesis of poverty. How will you take your family? How will you take care of your family? Don't you know that family come with responsibility? Marriage come with responsibility. After marriage, you're going to start bearing children. So how will you take care of them? How will you pay your bills? So getting married when you don't have job and you don't have any work, you don't have any business, that is poverty. These are the what 7 reasons why people are poor. Remember, I've just given you one. Number two, having children anyhow because they are God's gifts. You don't have control over your children, not over children. You don't have control over child birth, children raising your children, or even bringing the children to this world. You just anyhow. I want to have 7 children, 8 children. You're just giving birth to them as they come. You are giving. They're not controlling it. It will be poor. You will be poor. Yes, it can lead to poverty. This can cause poverty. In fact, it has caused many to be poor because children come with responsibility. You have to cater for them. They have to feed. You have to buy pampers. Start training them in school. Feed them. Do you know the cost of feeding a child to adulthood? So you have any children, you don't plan to have 3 children or 4 or even max 4. 5 is even too much. 3, 2, but you want to have battalion. This is the cause of poverty. That's it. Having children anyhow, thinking that children they are great from God, but you just have to control the number of children you need to bring to this world so that you limit your poverty. Number 3, start going to church or mosque, not for the love of God, for miracle money. That is magic. That is not miracle. You say God will send money to your account. That is magic, and God does not do magic. It's miracle. And how will God do miracle? How will God bless you? He said He will bless the labor of your hand. It's only when you work that God will bless it. When there is something, remember during the multitude that followed Jesus to the wilderness, when they were hungry, they were searching for God to pray on. They were searching for Christ to pray on that made it multiply. If God can do it anyway, He can just bring, after all, He can bring whatever, He can do miracle beyond expectation. But there was a 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread that He prayed on. So you have to start doing something before God will give you money. Not that you just depend on miracle money. Before you get home, you go to church. Before you get home, money will just appear under your bed. No, it can't happen. You have to work hard so that God will bless it. If you start a trade, start a job, God will bless that job. If you are working in an office, God will promote you. That is how God works. So that is number 2. That is number 3, mentality of poverty. That is what makes people to be poor. You are going to church for miracle money. In search for miracle money. That will not work. Number 4, praying for money and mistake laziness for faith. You are praying for money, God give me money. You are inside, you are looking for job, you are educated, you are not bringing out your this thing. It will lead on to that thing. Well, some of us that are Christians, we felt God can do everything for us. Yes, God can do everything, but you have to be hardworking. Yes, you have to be work hard. That's what that number 4 is talking about. Pray for money and pray for money and mistake laziness for faith. No, faith, you have to work. The Bible says faith without work is in vain. You have to work for God to bless, for you to have faith. Not just you sit down, so you have a certificate, you're not going out to search for a job, and you want faith to bring things to your table. No, you just have to work. So if you allow faith to take over If you allow laziness to take over your faith, this can lead to poverty. Then the next, giving your many children limited education. That can cause poverty. Yes, 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 yes. If you are the type that have God that bless you with children, and the highest education one of them can attain is just secondary school, primary school. You can't do that. The rate of poverty that will be hammering you. Please, at least if you cannot train all of them, you can train one or two. Then the two will now, once they are trained and they are established, they cannot train the rest. Please, I had a experience in doing that. These are the 7 key of poverty. When you don't give your children a good education, you don't give them a good education that will take them somewhere, it can lead to poverty. Then the next one, teaching your children to hate their wealthy relative for not helping them to raise them when they were coming up. If you teach them to hate them, it will lead to poverty, because you never can tell. Those uncle, they can also influence them when they grow up. They can influence them. So don't teach them to hate their uncles. Don't teach them. Please, I'm sorry to pick something. Don't teach them to hate their uncles. So the last but not the least, waiting for them to grow and repeat the same mistake you did. Yes, if you are waiting for them to grow, you have not learned your lesson, you are still waiting for them to repeat the same mistake you did. That will lead to poverty. That is the cause of poverty. Don't allow your daughter, your child, or your children to make that same mistake you have made when you were growing up or when you were raising them. Don't allow them to repeat mistake. If you are the type that you were a polygamist when you were growing up, don't advise them to go into polygamy. If you're that you are not educated, don't advise them not to be educated. If you're a type that you were not doing business, you were just depending on your salary, there was no other side stream of income, don't advise them to do the same. Don't allow them to make your mistake. Let them be greater than you. Give them, open their eyes. Let them to be vast. Make them to know the causes of the stage you are now. Yes, this can help you to avoid poverty. So seven. These are the seven things that will make you. These are the 7 reasons people are poor. Number one, marry even when you don't have job and you don't have business. You just get married. Number two, having too many children. You think that is a gift from God. Please train the one, bear the one you can train. Too many children, children that they are responsibility. Too many of them can lead to poverty. Because you can't retrain everything. You can't give them the desired life they desire from you, or desired education they desire from you. Number three, start going to church or mosque, looking for miracle money. When you have your hands, you have your understanding, wisdom to set up a business. Look for miracle money. Where is miracle money coming from? God does not do magic. He do miracles. Number four, praying for money and mistaking laziness for faith. Like, so for example, somebody is sick. I want to give example now. Somebody is sick and they need a transfusion. So you to donate blood to that person for him to survive. You say, because I believe God will do it. Yes, God does things. God can do it. But sustain the person first. This is where faith and laziness comes about. You are the time you have certificates, you have wisdom, you have ideas, you're not put it and implement it. You're waiting for God to do something. God will not come down from heaven and to come and help you. He will only give you wisdom and put things around you, put influence, sharp people around you for you to harness that which you want to do. You understand me? Number five, giving your children giving your many children limited education. Education is a key, is very important. If you don't have if you are the type that you are not opportune to be educated, your children, at least you have many children, at least you can train one, just one. Maybe you are so poor that you don't have money, just strive to train one. You will see the outcome of that one. Give the one the best of education. That one will train others. So that is it. If you give many children, if you didn't give them a good education, it can lead to poverty. Number six, teaching them to hate their wealthy uncle because they did not raise them. You are teaching them to hate them, to not relate with their relative. No, please don't do that. Even though they did not train them, when they grow up, they can also establish them. They can influence them and put them in a good place.
we all need influence. Everybody need influence. Nobody's an island. Even the rich also need influence. Yes, the rich need influence. It's connection that we all need, and God will use people to connect us. Please, the last one, waiting for them to repeat that same mistake you have done. Don't allow this. This can lead to poverty. Because you're a farmer, you want your daughter your children to be a farmer. The mistake you did, you marry many women, you were flirting around, you did not invest in your children, you don't train them to school, you want them to also grow up and do that same mistake. Poverty, that is the height of all poverty. Don't allow them to make the mistake you have made. So with these few points of mine, I believe that I'm able to convince you, not to confuse you, that poverty poverty is a sin. Yes, generational curse does not cure poverty. It's not a curse. Generational curse don't cause poverty. You say, my family we are poor, there's a curse in my family. No, generational curse don't cause poverty. What creates poverty is generational bad habits, generational bad habits. So work on you too. If you are poor, if you are born poor, it's not your fault. If you are born poor into a poor family, it's not your fault. But if you remain poor, it's your fault. I said it. Quote me anywhere. If you are born poor, it's not your fault. If you are born into a poor family, it's not your fault. But if you remain poor, it's your fault. Bye.